What did you see with Tillman, especially in the first half?
He just never quite got in sync, but a lot of guys would have imploded there. He kept us in the ball game and threw some zeros up after that, but it wasn't, what he's capable of or what we've come to expect, or more importantly, what Chris has come to expect.
He hasn't been particularly or as sharp as he can be the last couple outings.
That's true.
Is there anything going on there, or is it just kind of?
No, I just hadn't quite got in sync consistently, but he will, and fortunately for us, he kept us engaged in the game at 3-2, and I take that as a positive. A lot of guys wouldn't, and I think that's a sign of his maturity. But I know Chris probably a little frustrated with the day, all things considered.
Being impressed by Cosart coming in, what was he able to do specifically?
He's just a real late cutter. Tough day to see the ball. I know guys were talking they couldn't see the ball off SIP very well at all, and but Cosart, and we didn't even see one of their best pitchers, the left-hander. So starting pitching's been solid for him. We knew that was going to be a challenge going in, but I think Jonesy kind of got him off his curveball a little bit when he had the sharp single to left, and but he pitched with his fastball, which was really two of them. He'd four-seam the ball in and run it in there, and then he'd cut the ball. It's a real late life, and you don't recognize it. The cutter in today's game, I'd say if you have 12-man staff, I'd say 8 to 9 of them are throwing a cutter now. A lot of pitchers, it's a tiebreaker. Not sure if they want to throw a breaking ball or throw a fastball, and they always go there, and you better be able to defend it. It's a tough pitch to defend because it looks like a fastball for a long period of time. When you got one like him, the recognition on it's real late.
Good Davis's bat back in the lineup.
Good. Yeah, Chris was okay. Had a couple of hits for us and felt good physically. I checked with him one time during the game, and it was good to get his presence back in the lineup.
With TJ, you have the one home run, but otherwise?
TJ gave us a blow in our bullpen, like we know he's capable of. He'd like to have the pitch back from Krause, but you got a different dynamic to the game, but he can't. And I thought Troy was as sharp as he's been in a long time. That was good to see. First time he'd been out there back-to-back with a short outing yesterday.
Do you do anything bullpen-wise? TJ's obviously going to be used for a couple of.
We'll see. We'll talk about it. See, we'd like to make sure we have some length there. Detroit's primarily right-handed, so we'll talk about it. Okay. Yes.
You gained one bat.
Pardon?
Coming back. You gained one bat with Davis coming back, but then Weeder's going on the DL. How tough is that?
Well, I've said before, sometimes you have a season where it's a challenge to get everybody on the field, and that's why you spend so much time. People critique these lineups when the season starts, and if you go back through it, probably a majority of the game, you don't have those 9 guys you hope to have as you see as your lineup. So, it's part of the equation, and at some point, we hope Matt's back and catching, but who knows? You got to be ready for another possible subtraction along the way. So our what ifs are very important. That's why you hear me update Reimhold, Piguero, all our guys, Henry's surgery, because that's kind of where we are, and our what ifs are in Norfolk. So. That's why guys, the job that Steve Pierce did for us in Chris's absence was so important, and that's why we try to keep guys in the flow like David Lowe and Ryan Flaherty, because there'll come a time when we'll need them consistently. But I think that's the right thing for Matt and the club, and hopefully we'll get a return for it in a couple of weeks or so.